Hey there, dear Spellweaver community, and welcome back to another episode of Spellweaver Ranked. And today, just a little bit of information for you. It is gonna be a chill episode again, obviously. But just today I went on kind of a recording spree, so I recorded like I think 3 hours worth of content. So my voice is a little bit raspy, so today, we're gonna make this real chill, also in the commentary sense. So what are we gonna play today in Ranked? Actually have the wrong deck enabled, but we can change that up really fast because today we are going back to another Rush deck because, we have featured Rage Rush, we have featured Soldiers, and I'm not too sure, like YouTube is quite buggy at the moment, so I couldn't check into my playlist, so I don't know if we have played zombies or not. I don't think we did. So, yeah, it's time to actually showcase this. Obviously, we have played elves, and that was garbage. So, and also I played zombies in the Conquest tournament, and it went pretty well with zombies. So I figured, why not make a single episode about that? So, basic zombies features basic Nefaris, the aspiring necromant, who has the ability, basically just like basic Alexa and basic Zash. I wouldn't necessarily, like, not the best spells in the game, but they are definitely cheap, and they come in handy in certain decks. An enemy creature gets -1 speed until end of turn, which isn't too good. It's a little bit, yeah, it's sorta a verse, how do you say that? A verse version of Basic Zash. Basic Zash throws a creature out of the opportunity to actually block. This one only giving minus speed, which can come in handy, however. And as with all basic hero abilities, the costs are pretty low. It's 1 aspect, 1 mana, and has a pretty cool cooldown time of 2 turns. So it comes off online pretty fast. We have 4 zombie legionnaires, because zombies, plague vermin twice, because it's just pretty good removal, and it can also, the thing that we don't want on the field obviously is like a Shadow Step Assassin, that 2-1. And yeah, what we can do is just, trap a plague vermin, sacrifice him. He's down to 1-0. She, the 2-1 deadly Shadow Step Assassin is a 2-0, and we can just throw like an infected survivor into it and kill it off because it's -1/-1 that deals no damage, -1 HP. Awesome stuff. Abhorrent Ghoul 4 times. Awesome creature right here. It's a pretty early drop, and you would say, 3/3 1 speed. Okay, 1 speed isn't the best, obviously. That's the main weakness of the stack of zombies is the speed. But a 3/3 body on the field for 1 aspect 2 mana is pretty intense. How come not everyone plays this? Well, you have two possibilities when he enters the field. Either you lose 3 life so you can actually play him, because it's a turn 2 creature, obviously, or you can put a weakness emblem, and he is a 2/2 1 speed, basically just a zombie legionnaire. So what we usually want to do is drop this really early in the game, so we have a 3/3 1 speed body on the field, which is obviously pretty nice. We have the infected survivor. When he dies, he summons a zombie legionnaire onto the field, basically replaces himself, and it's a 1/2. Blocks everything basically in the game with 3 speed and 1/1. Solid creature right there. We have the Insatiable Ghoul, one of them, because it kind of contradicts with the next card. At the start of your turn, if we want to attack with him, we have to put 1 card from our graveyard onto the bottom of our deck. If we can't, we have to decay 3 cards and exhaust him, which means obviously he can't attack. But it's a 4/3 2 speed with a little bit of a dent, obviously. So the reason why we don't want to shuffle creatures back into the graveyard is because of Duke Harsford. When Duke Harsford enters the field, return up to X zombies from your graveyard onto the field with a weakness emblem, where X is your corruption level. X gonna give it to you. And the best things that we can basically get back is the Abhorrent Ghoul. with a might emblem, weakness emblem, sorry, so it's a 2/2. However, we still have to pay 3 life, by the way, if we get him back from the graveyard, if we want to keep him a 2/2, so usually we want to keep him as a 1/1 then on the field, at the very least. These ones are also gonna come back with a with weakness emblem. Might emblem would be pretty nice. As a 1/1, and I think, he's also a zombie, so also the insatiable ghoul counts, which is pretty nice. And usually we want to go up 3 aspects only, and we get back to that in a little bit. If a creature with the weakness emblem would die, put it on the bottom of its owner's deck instead, which is also pretty nice. And if we have 3, because, you know, it's a 1 aspect creature, which gets countered by the Blood Witch Harpy pretty easily then. But if you pay 3 aspects, when Duke Harsford dies, you may pay 4 life to return it onto the field with a weakness emblem. And, of course, the ability from beforehand triggers as well, which is nice. And then we have the Flesh Sculpturino. Whenever another non-summoned creature you control dies, summon a Zombie Legionnaire onto the field. Basically, we want to keep this on the back line so it can't get killed. Can get killed, obviously, by Fireball and stuff like that. But the cool thing is the synergy with stuff like with Plague Vermin. Because Plague Vermin, we sacrifice him, he dies, and that means he replaces himself with a Flesh Sculpture because you get a 2/2 body on the field. 2/2 1-speed Zombie Legionnaire onto the field then, which is pretty neato. Also, by the way, if Infected Survivor dies, he summons 1 Zombie Legionnaire off of the card's effect, and then we get another Zombie Legionnaire thanks to the Flesh Sculpture, which is pretty good, and you get some intense bullet presence. Undead Necromancer is a deadly 3/2 2-speed, and other zombies you control are deadly. Self-explanatory, and also a zombie, so that can come back from Duke. For Succubus, the only reason why we want to go up, one of the reasons why we want to go up 3 aspects and then we are done with this. Basically, we don't want any more than 3. It's a flying 3 aspect, 4 mana, and when it enters the field, the enemy loses 3 life and we gain 3 life, and it's a 3/3 2-speed body. Pretty solid. Obnoxious Fumes, you have to put that in because it's awesome. It's awesome card removal, and it's pretty cheap as well. -2/-2 for a creature until end of turn. Word of Pain. If we have like 3 corruption aspects, we can distribute 3 weakness emblems. With basically a weakness emblem for every point in our corruption levels. So awesome removal there as well. Consume Spirit. Also, again, if we have 3 aspects and we select an enemy creature, we can also use it on our own creatures. That creature gets -3 HP, and one of our creatures that we select gets +3 attack. 3 Tombs of the Damned summons a Zombie Legionnaire at the start of our turn. And as for Skrill Shrines, we have 1 Haunted Cemetery. The next time an enemy creature dies this turn, summon a Zombie Legionnaire onto the field. 2 Sanctums, which basically goes hand in hand. We usually want to use Haunted Cemetery and then Sanctum, because Sanctum makes sure that we kill a creature. The enemy hero sacrifices a creature. That's also a reason why we want to go up 3 aspects, obviously. And then 16 regular, vanilla, plain old Corruption Shrines. Can't go wrong with that. So, I'm not sure how zombies work in the current meta, but yeah, we're gonna see. At least in Midweek Conquest it kind of worked. We are currently ranked at 269. With the last, what was that? Oh yeah, of course we played also Basic Nepharos, we played Milling, however. Also, by the way, I wanted to splash in Hands from Beyond, because Hands from Beyond, as we have seen in Milling, and also for zombies, because they really have the speed disadvantage, because most of them are only 1 speed. So we get shitty trades most of the time, because the enemy decides to trade, because they have 2 speed at the very least, as 2 speed creatures at the very least. So splashing in Hands from Beyond definitely would make sense, but I can't really fathom like what we want to get rid of. Maybe the Insatiable Ghoul for like 1? No, you know what, actually, let's actually do this, because Insatiable Ghoul, you know, that contradicts itself obviously with Duke. So yeah, I think we're gonna put in Hands from Beyond, even though I actually would like 2 to make sure that we actually hit it, but I guess we can keep it as it is at this point. Looks pretty neato. So yeah, that is our deck. By the way, of course, Hands from Beyond, if you don't know, now you know. This one gets on the field. It's a curse, a spell. which kind of contradicts itself a little bit. And an enemy creature, all enemy creatures, get -1 speed to a minimum of 1. That basically ensures us to get like traits that might be in our favor. So yeah, currently ranking in 269 with a rating of 1077. Let's see how zombies fare in the current meta in game number 1. Game number 1 against the Boba Slim. That's not bad. We can keep this. We also... yeah, we have the tombs. We are stacked pretty good, I gotta say. Skill Shrine. Might as well, actually. Yeah, I mean... yeah, let's go up 1 corruption aspect and... drop Plague Vermin, don't know. Because he knows best. He knows what's best. Also, by the way, good card back for Boba Slim right there. Huh. Didn't expect that. But I mean, we got means to deal with this. No issue. I actually wanted to drop Flesh Sculpture next turn. So we can get the most out of good old Supreme Leader Plague Vermin right here. Not really a card that I want to get rid of. Maybe I should have DO'd. Consume, probably. Okay. So nothing to be worried about yet. So let's go for card draw. Another Obnoxious Fumes. That's good. Yeah, let's drop him. Losing 3 life. Not a big deal. Yeah, I should have kept Plague Vermin in the front. Maybe. But also Sanctum of the Void for him. Order Corruption, heal Hermillion. Can he stupefy? He has to... damn it, yes. Nah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Good thing I didn't drop the Sculpture. Because that would have sucked by now. So let's get rid of him. Go up 1 aspect. Drop the Sculpture. Go in for beats. Got the removal on lockdown, and next turn we can actually also drop down the tombs. Or go up 1 aspect if we want to go for Sanctum. Which we might. I don't know if he has actually 2 creatures with 2 mana. Probably not. That sucks, but it gives us... I think if I drop down a zombie now... doesn't it trigger for the Sculpture? I don't know if I want to sacrifice one, however. Is the deal. I mean, it doesn't matter. It would... yeah, it would replace itself, so it doesn't make much sense, actually. This one summon is a zombie instantly, which I don't want because it's gonna get squished, so yeah. Should get 2 out of these, yep. Good board control on his side. Because our board's basically exploded. Also, we have 1 Corruption Shrine left, so that means that we can go up 1 aspect for Sanctum, but apparently no need just yet. That's pretty good. Drop another one of these and go in for beats. 3 cards left on hand for him. And we can go for the perfect Sanctum Haunted Cemetery combo. Where we first zombify and then Sanctum. But I guess he also saw that we have Sanctum, so maybe he like tries to ramp up enough mana to actually play 2 creatures, so he doesn't have to sacrifice the one that is better for him. The thing I'm really scared of is Reincarnation Spirit. That thing is horrendous to deal with. Especially for zombies. So he goes for 4 aspects at the end because... Yeah, I kind of figured that. I mean, I can Sanctum this. That's not a problem. Maybe I should actually Sanctum it. Nah, let's not do that because we have the Zombify combo right here. Let's get that going. Let's do that. I also could have slowed him down with hero power. That sucks a little bit now, because we don't have a board. But, yeah, well, I mean, we establish a board over time with tombs. At least we have that going for us. So there's a little bit of leeway for us. Only problem is, of course, if we draw a shrine now. We can deal with 1 creature. Easily. Ah, okay, yeah, he's gonna sacrifice the spirit. Obviously. That's the first time I see this being played, however, though. Sack that spirit! Put it down, because why not? Let's see. 0 cards in hand against 3. He's down to 5 HP. Wouldn't be the first time for me to lose a game like this. Not at all. Sure, that thing is Lifebound. I forgot about that. Fuck me dead. This is gonna be so fucking annoying. However, we can get rid of it with Consume, I guess. Yeah, it's a 3 HP creature. Doesn't help. Gonna have to wait for that Sanctum again, I guess. Or Soul Prison. Oh yeah, he's gonna attack. He's gonna attack the zombie, and then I have to sacrifice the sculpture, I guess. Of course. Abhorrent Ghoul. Might as well. Might as well just kill myself. Yeah, we can't even block this. So let's resign. That's the first loss. Sadly for zombies, even though it went quite well, but story of my life. Let's actually claim the rewards here. Okay. Yeah, problem is we didn't get any card draw, which we could get from Word of Pain, but sadly we didn't draw that, but, you know, can't have everything. Gotta have to make do with what you have in terms of removal. However, that was it for game number 1. Let's see how it goes in game number 2. Rush versus Rush. Game number, what? 2. Against Karbjik. Soldiers, I guess. Basic soldiers. So, yeah. We have a really good starting hand here, I gotta say. I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. And soldiers are not the strongest. They can grow, however, obviously, with this little thing that he used for level. Sure. Let's get the ghoul out here. Yep. I could have slowed him down with hero ability, but wouldn't have done anything. Because he would have been at 2 speed, and that's not what we need. We need him up to 1 speed at the very least. I can drop a flesh sculpture next turn, which is neato. Which I want to do before I drop Infected Survivor, because at this point, he's just gonna lose his Steelhost Spearman if he decides to block. Now we can actually at least block the Zombie Legionnaire. Which I think I'm still gonna attack twice. Because it doesn't really concern me if he gets killed, because I get a zombie in return anyways. So let's drop the sculpture. Attack like this, so we can't do shenanigans with the abhorrent ghoul, because this is definitely someone that I want to keep on the field. And he's probably gonna block here. Which, again, doesn't faze me. Because I get another one as a replacement anyways. Okay. He could kill the abhorrent ghoul, but he would have to throw 3 creatures into this, since the Steel Nose Spearmen are not... No, yeah, he does. Even if he damages bunches with the militia, he still deals 3 damage. And they are not ranged when they are not defending. Which obviously is a good thing for us. And we could do... I kinda expected that, to be honest. We are in a pretty good position now. We are in a really good position. Hands from Beyond. So the first thing I want to do is probably the Plague Vermin. Kill off 1, get another zombie. Get the Survivor, I think. Yes. See if he blocks this. Guards. Yeah, that could kill the abhorrent ghoul. However, that's also another zombie legionnaire for us. Okay, maybe attack with the militia first, because this is gonna get 2 creatures killed. In case you don't know. But I mean, do it. It's good. It's good for us, though. I don't mind it. That was the worst thing you could have done. Damage sponge with the militia. I mean, you have 2. I don't get that at all. However, Master Tactician could be incoming here. Which would be a little bit scary, but not too much. He's 2 speed. Hands from Beyond puts him down to 1. And in abhorrent ghoul range. Also, this one nets us 2 zombie legionnaires, thanks to the flesh sculpture. And they stack, so if we had another flesh sculpture, that would be overall 3 zombie legionnaires that we can get from 1 infected survivor. It's definitely infectious. So it all depends on what he plays now, whether we play Tombs, Hands, or Zombie Legionnaire. Because if he decides to skip a turn for another guards, no problem, we have the Infected Survivor, so we can reblock. Or just maybe attack into one of the militias. In order to, so we can dish out some damage, because the abhorrent ghoul has done work so far. He went face like it's no one's business. And from the cards we have right here, I'm not really too sure what I would toss for a DO, in case we don't hit a shrine. Well, the good thing is the Zombie Legionnaire can get played regardless. If we play Tombs, we go up 1 mana. If we play Hands from Beyond, we can play him straight off the bat, which is pretty cool. And this guy's time is running dry. Maybe Carvjig is actually like stall y'all in disguise. It could be a thing, wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, he has 7 cards in hand, so there should be some possibilities that he can play, but because, you know, the thing is, once you lose board presence with soldiers, it's really hard to come back from that. Really. But yeah, if you don't establish a board in the first place, that's also gonna be pretty shitty. Not gonna lie. And if you don't have anything to remove the flesh sculpture, it's more tough times for you. And apparently he's gonna skip that turn due to time. So that's the best thing that could have happened. Okay, he disconnected from the game. Alright. So drop this. We can actually get rid of this, get this shrine out, and go in. Top deck Word of Pain against 2 militias. Couldn't be better. Ah, well, maybe. But yeah, since he disconnected, I doubt that he's coming back. So we can just push for face and call it a win for us, for the zombies, and I think rightfully so. Alright. Don't think there were too many options. Of course, like Holy Radiance would have been a little bit shitty, but I think we would have been able to push through that. So that's a win for us. Back up to 273 with a rating of 1075, and now let's see how all this unfolds, of course, in game number 3.